Welcome to Motivated Results. Welcome. If you're new, this was actually going to be a new series that I'm introducing, so keep an eye on this in the future. If you've been one of the people that have been on this channel for a while, thank you for watching. I've promised you guys this series for quite a while, and it's actually my apologies for not releasing it sooner, but after one vlog, after another vlog, after another vlog, after a vlog series, after, supplement reviews, it just kind of became harder and harder to create this information and put it together for you guys. So essentially today we'll be talking about basic nutrition, and I'm going to be taking this into a number of video series, that way you guys don't get bombarded with an hour video. So to start simply, to start in the beginning, to start where it all usually begins for most people, is calories. That's what we'll be talking about today. So essentially I'm going to give you a little bit of history, I'm going to give you a little bit of information, and I'm going to tell you how this applies to you, and hopefully this will allow you to get a little better understanding, and once you view the series together, hopefully it'll allow you to manipulate your own diet so that you can reach your goals. So let's start at the beginning. Calories, what are they? Well, if we go back to when the original unit was created, or the thought of it was created really, it'd be in 1824 by a man named Nicholas Clement, and I had to look at that name because I wasn't sure. This guy basically created this unit which was used for measuring heat and volume of water. That doesn't really pertain to your need to lose or gain weight or whatever it is that you're trying to do with this series. Let's get back to the nitty gritty. Essentially what a calorie is a unit of measurement that is used to measure energy. And so how does that apply to you and your body? Well, this is what you have to really understand. Your body is essentially a storage unit. And so when you have too many calories, too much intake, your body stores fat. Fat is essentially an energy source that you can use later on when you don't have the ability to run your body on the calories that you're consuming. And so since your body does work as a storage unit, what you need to realize that at the end you have three stages you could essentially be in. You could be at a maintenance, where you maintain your weight, you eat enough calories to maintain the weight. You could be at a deficit, which means that you're not eating enough calories to maintain your weight, which means that essentially your body has to use those storage units as fuel. And then you have a deficit, where you're eating more calories than your body needs, therefore your body stores that energy somewhere, somehow. Keep in mind that depending on your diet, your lifestyle, your body will store energy differently. And so it'll either store it in body fat or in glycogen, which we might not even touch. We'll see. So where do we go from here? Well, essentially it all comes down to the nutritional label. If you look at your nutritional label, usually it's broken down into about three parts. You have your top section that has the calories, how much grams or how many servings are contained within the packaging. You have your second section, which is actually your macronutrients, and then your third section, usually on the bottom, is going to be your micronutrients. See the fan in the background? Gives you something else to look at while I'm talking. So what are these things? Macronutrients are essentially your carbohydrates, your fats, your protein. Those are the items you're going to have to really look at, to be quite honest with you. It does contain things like fiber, your sugars, your monounsaturated fats, polysaturated fats, depending on what you're eating. That will vary a lot. Your micronutrients on the bottom, which are actually your vitamins and your minerals. Now, for weight loss, weight gain, the most important part to really consider is the fact that you have to really be at a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus. Or if you're looking to maintain, you just have to be at a maintenance goal. Weight, caloric intake, sorry. And so what you have to really consider is the fact that although micronutrients, which are your vitamins and your nutrients, are very important, it doesn't always match up with losing weight. Keep in mind that most people take multivitamins, so you are consuming your micronutrients there. I'm not going to get into a discussion as far as nutrient absorption through that. There's studies that confirm, and there's also studies that deny multivitamin use. What we're really going to be talking about today is your micronutrients and how you can use those to lose weight or gain weight. As we start into this bad boy, what you really need to realize is that one really good rule of thumb, and something you can really memorize that will help you with your goals, is this. the three micronutrients that you want to look at, which are your proteins, your fats, and your carbs, all have a certain caloric number attached to them. Proteins and carbs, which are, this is easy to remember, protein and carbs, each are 4 calories per gram. 10 grams of protein, it's essentially going to be 40 calories. Good rule of thumb, easy to remember. Fats, on the other hand, are a little different. Fats are actually 9 calories per gram. So keep that in mind. That's why most people, keep an eye out on fats. That's also because they think fats make you fat. That's not necessarily true. Caloric intake is what makes you fat. If you're eating more than you need to, you'll get fat. If you're eating less than you need to, you'll lose weight. Simple as that. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't overthink things. We'll talk about percentages and grams per pound and all of that stuff later on. That's probably a little bit more advanced in this first introductional video. But what you want to look at is those 3 items in addition to the caloric number as a whole. You have to make sure that when you're trying to gain weight, your calories are above what you need. But if you're trying to reach certain goals like build muscle, you probably want to have a certain macro breakout. You can't just eat 2,000. Let's say your surplus is 2,000. You can't eat 2,000 calories worth of protein and assume that you're going to get big and swole if you're natural. What you have to realize is that your body will convert things like protein into energy, but it's not the most efficient form of energy. We'll get into that later though. Again, I'm getting way ahead of myself. So essentially that's what you need to realize. You need to realize that there's 3 things to look at that label. Look at the macronutrients, look at the micronutrients, look at the calories. Get into the routine of looking at those numbers because it'll help you really assess your intake. That's kind of pretty much it for this basic introductory section, guys. It's just calories. Not much to kind of consider. It's just basically what you have to realize is that macronutrients compile and create that caloric number, and also that you're either at a deficit, at a surplus, or a maintenance. So you have to figure out what those numbers are for you, and I will kind of get back into that later on in the videos. So questions, comments, let me know. You can always drop the comments on the section below. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys want to start a discussion, let me know. But that's it for this time. That's it for this video. See you guys next time.